What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Happy Timbip Live. I don't know why I started out so daggum low, but I did. And that's how things started off this evening with that tone of voice. Hi. Hello. We're here. I'm live. I'm alive. I'm Perry. I'm the host of This Is My Bourbon Podcast. And the host of Timbip Live. The live version of this thing. Happy Juneteenth, indeed. Very important day for our country. If you're watching on the replay, thank you for being a replay watcher. Hope to see you live sometime. Please do that. I'm live every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. That's the conversion, you know. There is a podcast, yes. There's a podcast that I do. But we're here. And I just pronounced it IWSC'S when I saw it. Instead of IWSC'S. That's funny. Yes, tonight we're going to be drinking on the International Wine and Spirits Competition's Gold Outstanding North American Whiskeys. Tony's right. He is here most of the time, so that is a wonderful selling point. You get to interact with a lovely gentleman. And Clifton, it is very good to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Thanks for being here while you're finishing up your workday, and hope that some of you all got to have some time off today. I did not. I worked a full day today. I worked a full day, worked out. I got lightheaded while I was working out. I didn't want to pass out at the gym, so I finished a little bit earlier than normal. Which is fine. I was not particularly happy about it. Same but stayed home. There we go. Yeah, I was not particularly pleased about having to work today, but it is what it is. I don't have holidays or vacation time. So I just have to take off if I want to. But Kentucky government doesn't recognize Juneteenth as a holiday. They do, but the way my contract works, I don't have when I renegotiated my contract, I needed higher pay more than I needed days off for like holidays or vacation. So what I did was I took the highest pay that was offered with no time off. So it's not that it was like a mistake or anything. It's just that that's where I was at the time of renegotiation. But now that I'm a little bit further down the road and I've been on this particular contract, the next time that it renegotiates, I was hoping that it would be this year. It doesn't look like it's going to be. I haven't heard anything yet. But the next time that it renegotiates, I'll try to get paid time off with it. But yeah, our government does, the Kentucky government does recognize Juneteenth. They do, in fact, recognize Juneteenth. So Anyway, I am excited about tonight's stream. Let me tell you that much. What is this word that you've typed into my... What is this word that you have typed into my chat here, Tony? Tony Bag of Donuts. On Juneteenth, Tony. On Juneteenth, Tony. Tony. What are you doing? Also, hello to my one viewer on Twitch. I don't know who you are and why you don't ever... I hope he fell out of his chair. Getting canceled today. But thank you to my one viewer on Twitch for always being here quietly in the background, never saying anything. If you're my Twitch moderator or something, I don't know. Thanks for... Or maybe you're my FBI agent, my CIA agent. I don't know. Adam Terry with the like on Facebook. Thank you, buddy. Good to see you. You know I can't type on this daggum phone screen. That is completely fair. But I'm also not going to pull that comment back up. You're the only one who gets a pass is exactly right. Anyway. This stream is going to be a lot of fun. I am going to be trying, I would say, most of these for the first time. One of the ones in particular that I am very excited about to try for the first time is the Star Hill Farm whiskey, which I've never... Thank God I didn't say bigger. Oh, Tony. But yeah, I have not had the chance to try the Star Hill Farm whiskey yet. Their wheat whiskey, not the bourbon, of course, from Maker's Mark. We're going to get into all of that. I've got some news that I want to cover. Let's get something poured, though. I think we're going to start. I've got a nice little box. They gave me a little box. You know. Oop, okay. And the press release is just going to fall all over the place. And we'll talk a little bit about the judging process. Talk about the judges themselves as well. Mick Adams Sandwich, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Slowly getting one step closer to affiliate status. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. One day, we will get there. But thank you for the follow. Sorry that you still have to wait 10 minutes to chat. But hopefully it's... hopefully... oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Hopefully you have nice things to say. Oh, it's Adam Terry. course it's Adam Terry. Duh. I really hope that Samsung or Google will autocorrect if I had typed that word accidentally. They might have. Star Hill Farms is so good. Star Hill Farms, I'm very excited for. But anyway, let's talk real quick about the products that made it to Gold Outstanding here. From the IWSC, there were, and I was wrong. I thought that there were 7. It looks like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. I was only given 7, but luckily I do have a Weller 12, so I could always taste that. I don't have the Hudson with me. I think that's the only one that I did not get sent. Yeah, I do not have the Hudson. But there were 9. Bullet Frontier Barrel Strength Whiskey, William Grant & Sons Hudson Big Bourbon Straight Whiskey, Predictum. I had never even heard of Predictum before. Frank August. Oh, by the way, the Predictum is 15 years old. And it is 56%. So, what is that? 10. Where are you, Predictum? 112. Frank August, everybody. Frank August Small Batch. The Suntory Star Hill Farm. King's Family Distillery Tennessee Standard Blended Bourbon Whiskey. 888 The Notch Single Malt Whiskey. 12 years old. Hey, Adam's on the YouTube now, too. Pinhook Vertical Series 9-year-old Rye and Sazerac William LaRue Weller, of course. 12-year. So, the way they tasted through. There were over 1,200 Glencairn glasses that were used for pouring samples for the judges to taste. 4 big boxes of unsalted saltines were used by the judges for palate cleansing. The 8 judges visited 7 Kentucky distilleries in between their judging duties. Judges were asked in 3 words to describe that day's tasting. Here are some of their responses. Expressive, complex, and delightful, fun, spirited, educational, surprising, expressive, and rewarding, and a sensory roller coaster. They included Bridget Albert, Senior Director of External Communications and Customer Service Representative of Southern Glazers Wine and Spirits. Ryan Chettiawardana. I practiced his name, and I still got it wrong. Chettiawardana. Drinks industry veteran, creator, and host of Mr. Lyon's Taste Trips television show. I got to meet Ryan. I got to meet a few of these people a couple weeks back. Ryan's awesome. This is my shocked face when Traveler did not win double platinum. Frank Dobbins III, freelance writer, Uprocks, and Drink Hacker. Bill Lumsden, Director of Distilling, Whiskey Creation, and Whiskey Stocks, Glen Morangi. Millie Milliken, freelance drinks and hospitality writer. I got to meet Millie as well. Ryan Mills, founder, Amber and Ash Consulting, that one dude Ryan. Of course, you know him from Instagram, social media, all that stuff. And Reese Sims, owner, Sip Spirits Consulting, shortlisted for the 2025 IWSC'S Emerging Talent in Spirits Communications Award. So, I'm probably going to save the Predictum towards the end since it's 15 years old. And we got higher proof stuff, of course, so we'll be saving for a little bit later. But I kind of think I might just... No, we're going to go with the Frank August first. Because that's one of the ones that I'm the most familiar with. at 100 proof. It's also very funny to me that on the sample bottles, you can't really see. Let me switch back to my other scene. They put sample, not for resale. That just cracks me up. Pretty good color to it. I love Frank August. I've never been disappointed with Frank August. Let's check out some of the details here. Well, there's not really much else to say other than it's 100 proof and it's non-age stated. Their tasty notes. The alluring aroma presents a delightful mix of apple tart, custard, and intriguing dried apricots. On the palate, a refined medley of buckwheat honey, dried apricots. I said apricots and apricots. Vanilla and warm spice unfolds while the finish offers a satisfying hint of leather. There is a lot of apricot on there for sure. That is just so nice. It's such a balanced, flavorful pour. I've always really, really enjoyed Frank August. I don't remember exactly how it scored for me when I reviewed it. But I do remember it getting a pretty high score in general. And obviously it got 98 points from the IWSC. So really, really fantastic pour here. So, like I said, I'm going to be going through some news while... Why is this the way that it is? I don't know why that's the... What is happening? Why is all my stuff looking weird? Okay, whatever. Everything weird. That's what my mom says about me, too. That's very funny. Why is all my stuff looking weird? I don't get nothing. Because I'm assuming that's how your mom sounds for some reason. Dude, no, I had an article up about the whistle pig thing, and for whatever reason it went to that website to buy it. Anyway, I don't know what's happening. Nailed it? Awesome. Anyway, we're going to do some news while I'm drinking on some of the IWS... Well, I'm drinking on not some of... I'm going to go through these IWSC Gold Outstandings. And we're going to start with Blue Note announcing their first single-barrel rye whiskey. Going to be anywhere between 116 and 124 proof, 95.5 classic, $50 a bottle. Distilled in partnership with Lofted Spirits, formerly Bardstown Bourbon Company and parent company of Green River Distilling, and then aged just north of downtown Memphis. When Eric and I interviewed the guys from Blue Note, I don't remember them saying anything about a rye coming out from them. But I'm not surprised. Honestly, this is kind of the next logical step. I am excited about another product that they say they have coming out soon, which is the Cast Strength Crossroads. very, very much looking forward to that. But I'm always excited for a 95.5 rye. The fact that this is going to be cast strength as well, at a pretty good price, could be worse. But I get the feeling that if this turns out the way that I hope it will, a 95.5 rye from basically the people who run Bardstown Bourbon Company or used to. It's going to be in my rotation pretty heavily. Estate Whiskey Alliance recognizes the first estate whiskey certified products. This is a project from UK, the University of Kentucky. This is pretty cool. I was kind of glancing over this, but their certification program is central to our mission by providing transparency to consumers on ingredient sourcing and whiskey production methods. It makes sense that in this case, something like Maker's Mark, already being a certified B company, by B like letter B, and I would imagine that a lot of these other distilleries, a lot of these other companies are also oh, never mind. Are also probably certified B companies. That is just basically a method that that companies use nowadays to indicate that they are actively working towards sustainability practices, and also working towards treating their employees with a lot of decency and a lot of respect. That's the gist of it. Anyway, so we've got Maker's Mark, we've got Black Fox Farm, Hill Rock, and Whiskey Acres. This is cool, and it just goes further towards the sustainability movements that I think we need to be more invested in with bourbon moving forward, especially as some of the resources that we are witnessing as some of the resources that bourbon are of course made with are becoming less and less available, and we need to find ways to make it a more sustainable process in general. But anyway, if you were here last week, and I think it was last week, we talked about the issues that Whiskey House were having financially, and how they had a lien to the tune of like $1.5 million or something in that range put against them because of unpaid bills to their construction companies, while also having borrowed money from 5 different banks this was like 2 weeks ago, wasn't it, that I talked about this? Having borrowed money from 5 different banks to get up and running. Yes, Tony, I still love this logo. I think it looks sick. They did a great job with their branding. But in the midst of all this, I mean, they're still moving forward with what appears to be like more investments and more projects that, like, in my eyes, would put them even further into the hole, including but not limited to these 12 state-of-the-art rick houses that... Okay, let's just read through this a little bit. Each warehouse will be 7 stories high, hold 48,048 barrels, and designed to improve barrel maturation performance, enhance worker and contractor safety, reduce maintenance, and strengthen structural integrity and longevity. So this kind of goes back again to what I was saying when I was covering this a couple weeks ago, that it is wild to me that they're still doing so much work up front, putting down barrels without having anything on the market, and clearly running into financial issues. So maybe this was already just, being worked on. I mean, I imagine. Civil work for the construction of warehouses 5 and 6 began in March 2025. KRAX mobilized on the Whiskey House property the week of May 26th and begins construction on Warehouse 5 on June 16th. So this was, this was in the cards, but it just seems strange to me that they're promoting more of their investments with everything else that they have going on. It circles back to what I would say is kind of my criticism of some of these up-and-comers. Not that people like David Mandel aren't up-and-comers in the industry. He's been around for pretty much a decade plus in the whiskey industry at this point. But the whole point is that there's kind of a proven track record, a proven way to do things. And I am missing my overlay. Hang on. And it just seems strange that they're going about it in such an unpredictable way. So we'll see. I wish them the best of luck. Hopefully things will work out for them. Whistle Pig, I remember covering this like maybe a few months ago, that Whistle Pig was partnering with Liquid Death for a new whiskey. I'm, of course, a fan of Overlay was my college nickname. That is an awesome nickname for college. But it's out now. $75 a bottle. It was proofed with Liquid Death. 86 proof. I am shockingly excited about this product. I love that they're already like marketing it with Liquid Death as ways to like make cocktails too. But yeah, we'll be drinking and reviewing this before too long. Finished for 5 seconds in a water bottle. It was finished in, what was it? Casket shaped folders. Or casks, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, very cool. And then Bluegrass Distillers has officially opened their new distillery, Elkwood Farm, just around Midway, Kentucky. Well, I guess it's in Midway, Kentucky, this past week. I'm so excited for this place. I'm so excited for Bluegrass Distillers. They have a special place in my heart. They were one of the first. I would hesitate to call them distilleries, even though they were like a distillery, a functional, actual distillery in downtown Lexington, Kentucky, in like the back of a warehouse, basically. But they were one of the first few distilleries I ever visited. Even if like some of their product wasn't my favorite at the time, I think that they've done a lot of growing over the past few years. And I think this new property just looks awesome. And I'm very, very excited for what they have to come. I would like to get out there and see what they have going on. I think that it just looks awesome. I've driven by there quite a bit. It's on my drive home from my office when I go in. But yeah, looks great. Very excited. It's an $8 million distillery with 6 18,000-gallon fermentation tanks with a 36-foot by 45-foot column still. And yeah, looks great. Let's get to... Oh, by the way, Russell's 13 is coming out again at 123.8 proof. Apparently, there were some, like, tickets that were sent out in emails for a raffle or something. I don't know. I didn't really look too hard into the emails, but I need to go back. But I love the proof on this. I don't so much love the price. $200. But we'll see. We'll see. We got a couple of new Sweetens Cove labels. This guy's 93.7 proof, or supposed to be. And this one's 95. Not sure what the difference is between the two, other than the way that the labels look. Yeah. I mean, the proof, too, but, like, what's the... Okay, this one's bourbon whiskey, and the other one's Dunwoody bourbon whiskey. Not a lot of turkey at that proof. No, there is not. And I'm very excited for it, like, especially an official turkey release at 123. I think that's awesome. $200 is so cheap for Campari. I mean, it's definitely cheap. Isn't that cheaper than, like, Master's Keep at this point? It feels like it, at least. So, I don't know. I didn't know this. Chad didn't say anything to me about it, but this is how I've learned that Rare Character is putting out single barrel picks of American light whiskey. I'm very, very excited. Yeah, I will report back on these when I have had the chance to taste some. There's also... Did I put these side by side? I thought there were a couple. No, just the one. There's another rabbit hole... I think this is distillery only, too. New rabbit hole, really... Yeah, distillery series, cast strength. This is an Amberana finish, 106.4 proof. Okay, 375. I love this label. I think it looks sweet. Saltador. I guess that's... Is it Portuguese? Chade must have been saving it for Chad. I literally just saw Chade last week. Like, I don't understand. I don't know. I'll talk to him about it. I might see him again next week. I don't know. Bardstown Bourbon Company Distillery Reserve Normandy Calvados. Brandy barrel finish. Straight bourbon whiskey finished for 28 months in Calvados brandy barrels, then 4 months in toasted oak barrels. 104.2 proof. Premium whiskey aged 28 months in Christian Drouin Calvados barrels, then refined for 4 months in American toasted oak barrels. 13-year Indiana 75-21 for wheated bourbon, it looks like. And then a 12-year 75-21 for... oh, wait, no. That's just the malt. Sorry. Brain farted all over the place. Very excited for this. I never tried the Cathedral that first release. I still need to. And then a couple of limited releases from Grain to Glass. Chinkapin. This is going to be a rye. Their specialty barrel is what they're calling it. 63% rye, 24% corn, 13% malt at 108 proof. And then a bourbon, also in Chinkapin. 35 rye, 52 corn, 13 malt. And then last but not least is how that word is said. Remus Gatsby Reserve, 15-year-old straight bourbon whiskey, 118 proof. Love that proof. Love that age. Very excited for this release. Hoping to pieces that I get to try it. So you said I almost said a bad word today. It's true. I did fine. All right. Now it's time to finally try the Star Hill Wheat Whiskey. Uh, 114.7 proof. I'm going to save a little bit because I need to actually review this on the show sometime. Let's see if there's any. Let's look at their tasting notes. Attractive brown sugar, floral, and chocolate-covered papaya aromas, leading to a palette of cooked apple, cinnamon, and black tea, warming with a long finish. Okay, that nose goes crazy. That nose is insanely good. I am shocked by how different the nose is from just Maker's Mark. It is so floral. Joe, the sample guy. Hello, friend. I inquired about the Star Hill and a few of my regulars this week. No one has seen it. Cheers. I haven't seen it anywhere yet either. To be fair, though, I haven't looked all that hard. But at the same time, I mean, yeah, I just haven't seen it anywhere. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the Kentucky distribution has been like. It might just be crazy limited. I don't know. I feel like it's been in a lot of places though. So I'm not sure. I get this like whiff of gingerbread too. Tell me what you get on the finish. Okay. Oh my gosh. There is Okay, first of all, I just want to get my immediate thoughts out of the way. This is fantastic. I I'm so wow. I'm incredibly pleased that I finally got to try this for one. Two, I keep coming back to this like lemon sorbet, lemon tart kind of thing going on with the palate and the finish. It's very lemony. It is very citrusy. But there's also these like I still get the like gingerbread, but also kind of like breadcrumbs, almost like graham crackery note too. It's so interesting. It's so divergent from anything Maker's Mark. It's just completely off base. And not in a bad way. I'm not saying like this is, a step in the wrong direction, or anything that's, putting me off. It's just so unique, and I love this. Well deserving of a 98. Holy moly! The Sweetens Cove label, pastel label you showed earlier, brought to mind the Sweetums Cove from Parks and Rec. Oh my gosh. That's Where are you? Joe, you are not off base at all. That is shockingly similar. Those are your finishing notes, lemony citrus. I had dark chocolate for days. I'm going to have a pour now. Let me have another sip. I'm certainly getting dark chocolate too. I just seem to get a lot of like citrus notes for some reason. Mike Meyer, cheers, guys. Cheers to you, brother. Hope you are doing lovely. Hello to you too, Emily Chambers. Cheers, y'all. Cheers to you. I hope things are wonderful in your neck of the woods. Yeah, Star Hill Farms wheat whiskey. You're not so bad in my book. Cannot complain. Star Hill Farms wheat whiskey. That's what I'm drinking. Let's try this Notch Nantucket Island single malt. So I'm very curious about that. From 888 Distillery. Up in Massachusetts. It's unpeated, so it's not going to just wreck my palate. And we are at 96 proof. And of course, 12 years old. Aromatic star anise, black pepper, and sweet peanut brittle draw you in before leading to a superbly balanced and complex palate. Unfolding with layers of spice and nuts, the palate culminates in a flavorsome pecan leather and cardamom finish. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my gosh. No, I think I've made this pretty abundantly clear. But I am a single malt fan. I do very, very much like single malt. I think what's striking me the most about, like, so far the results from this year's competition. And this is the first time I've ever done anything with the International Wine and Spirits competition. Is, first of all, how small the pool was of their gold outstanding, which is, you know, their highest achievement for the competition. So they're very discerning from what I can tell. I've gotten to speak with a few of the judges, of course, gotten to know them a little bit over time. They all have just fantastic palates. The other part of it, too, is there seems to be such a variety of what actually won. I mean, not so much that, like, it's just a whole bunch of, or like a few different wheated bourbons or a few different single malts or this, that, and the other. But it is nice that, like, there is a single malt thrown in here and a wheat whiskey. Like, it wasn't all just, like, bourbons, high rye bourbons, or the oldest bourbons, or, you know, that kind of thing. But a 12-year-old single malt from Massachusetts was not something that I would have predicted necessarily. That is so buttery. There's almost a cakiness to it as well. Sorry, apparently I can't speak tonight. I don't normally get just, like, cake batter on single malts either. It makes me wonder. Not what The bottle is also beautiful, by the way. Let me pull this up. Look at this bottle. I love this. It's one of the oldest single malt whiskey distilleries in the United States, making among the first single malts in the nation post-Prohibition. Triple Eight Distillery is leading the way toward a new category of American single malt whiskey. Oh, they've got bourbon too. Okay, what do you mean? I just want to know how much the notch is. Got a 15-year too. Okay, so it's $350 on Sealbox. Yikes. It's made with 100% Maris Otter malt, a heritage barley crossbred in 1966, and a longtime favorite in cask ale production due to its distinctive flavor and high quality. The grain is milled, mashed, and fermented on property at Cisco Brewers before being transferred next door to Triple Eight Distillery, where it is distilled twice. $350 is crazy, and not at all what I was expecting. It's so gentle. I mean, just a really, really wonderful whiskey all around. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. $350 though? I don't know. Also, I'm not trying to fly through these or anything. The pace is just a little faster than normal. Where should we go next? We got the King's Family Distillery, Tennessee Blended Bourbon, 118 proof. We got the Bullet Barrel Strength. Anthony Limperos. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you. For those of you who don't know Anthony, he is the host of the Mashup Podcast, or one of the hosts of the Mashup Podcast. One of the Got the Kids Tonight. Nice. One of the premier whiskey podcasts in Lexington, Kentucky. They are on a thunderous warpath towards being arguably the most popular whiskey podcast in Lexington, Kentucky, outpacing even This Is My Bourbon Podcast. Yes, I will admit it. They're awesome. They're doing great things. And I highly encourage you guys to go check it out. Somehow, with all of the Lexington, Kentucky bourbon podcast, whiskey podcast that we have not formed a coalition, nor have we crossed over very often, which is crazy. And we need to do that. We need to fix that sometime soon. Bro, that's too kind of you. If it weren't for folks like you, we wouldn't be doing it. Much love and respect. Let's get that collab. Absolutely. And I mean that sincerely too. That's I said this, I can't remember when I said it, but Timbip had its, it had its run of our like most popular days, and it's cool to see other shows doing so well. I'm here for it. It's not a competition. It's just a space for everybody to be able to operate together, you know? Rising tide lifts all ships as far as I'm concerned. So, go check out the mashup. Anyway. Saving Predictum for last, I think, because again, it is it is 15 years old. So King's Family, Bullet Barrel Strength, or I think actually I'm going to go with the Pinhook next. The 9-year-old 112 or 111.2 proof. This is the vertical series. This cap is on here. Real tight. I have not had much from the vertical series. And I've also really just not had a whole lot of Pinhook recently at all. The majority of my Pinhook experience came from the distillate that they had put out from Castle and Key, unfortunately. So, if you were around for that period and you still drank Pinhook post that stuff, good for you. I think their Indiana stuff is quite good, honestly. But, yeah. That original run of Castle and Key product was tough. I've still got some, too. I actually have some right by me. That is wild that I was able to pull that. Distilled and aged by Castle and Key, aged more than 2 years. This was Ride On, Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey. This was from 2020. It was 97 proof. This was a tough bottle of whiskey, and I don't know how I got this far down on it. I must have shared it a lot. We will go to the IWSC's tasting notes here. Bursting with rich honey and toasted macadamia, the palate is enriched by a subtle note of gentian that adds complexity. A classic and vibrant rye profile, the tipple enjoys harmonious flavors and sweet undertones. Okay, we'll just define it, dog. It's just an alcoholic drink? Okay. Now, let's look up what gentian means, because it's a genus of flowering plants belonging to the gentian family. Oh, come on, dude. Gentian? Oh, I said it wrong. Gentian. Could you hear that? Gentian. Dude. Holy crap. There is something about that nose that reminds me of when I first got into drinking rye. That's crazy. This is like profoundly decadent. It is so, it's mapley. It's mapley and savory. The floral note is not far off at all either. But what am I saying? Like, I'm saying that the tasting notes from the professional tasters are accurate. Thank you, professional tasters, for giving your professional tasting notes. The back part of the palate into the finish is truly where it starts to pick up. I think it's a bit light up front, like just ever so slightly. That color is crazy. It's got a phenomenal color to it. It is remarkably sweet on the front end of the palate. Like confectionery sugar sweet. But once it starts to move into the back end, it starts to showcase itself as being more of a rye whiskey. Definitely. It's a little bolder. It's a little brasher. There's like a honey syrup, too, that's being paired with some of the more pronounced rye notes. I think the nose is my favorite part of this whole experience, to be quite honest. But it's good. Boulder, Brasher, beautiful. Maybelline. Let's see. You know what? I'm just gonna go up in proof on this one. We're gonna move into the last three here. We're gonna start with the King's Family Tennessee Standard Blended Bourbon. This is 118 proof. Enticing aromas of glazed popcorn and sweet oak welcomes the senses, unfolding into a rich palette of ripe plum and delicate yellow flower notes, excuse me. A well-crafted, harmonious, and sophisticated bourbon with a long, lingering finish. 8 years old, 118 proof. Indiana. No word on the mash bill or anything. I am in fact over 21. Oh, that is an affordable product. A 99% corn bourbon. Really? So is this another 99.1? Shocking. I was not prepared for a 99.1. I'm going to do something here. I'm going off book, okay? Since I just so happen to have the Hamer cast strength, which is also 99.1, and is Indiana produced, I thought I would see what the similarities between the two look like. They are remarkably similar. Okay. They smell very, very much the same. They don't taste the same. The finish is almost identical. But the palates are vastly different. I think the Hamer is noticeably younger. The Hamer might even be 4 years. Yeah, it's like 4 years old. So the King's is like probably double the age. I mean, it's 8 years old, at least. But that being said, they're very much cut from the same cloth. That was interesting. I'm kind of glad that I had that little thought. I love 99.1. It's such a fun, interesting mash bill. Just so different and such an exciting way to experience bourbon in a different capacity, like in a world that is so flooded with wheat and high rye to overexert your senses in a way. This is such a fun chance to just revitalize your palate. 99.1. It's sweet. The oak is not overly present, but it is noticeable. There's an orange creamsicle note about midway through the palate that I love. Some honeydew, interestingly enough. I was not prepared for that. I will say that much. But just such a complex pour. Really what surprises me the most about 99.1 is how vibrant it can get for again, predominantly corn mash bill. And there's something to be said, too, about, this is the, nerdier side of this process, but thinking about how this is very likely how bourbon was made, not necessarily with the 1%, malted barley, but at least with dominantly corn. But when bourbon was first being made, with Irish settlers, with European settlers coming to America, it's very likely that this is how they were producing it, because corn was the most abundant crop. So even to consider, and I know that this is slightly off topic, but at the same time, it's kind of a fun thought experiment for me to think about, oh, this is a bit of a window into how you might have tasted some bourbon originally, or how some bourbon might have tasted, maybe not to the exact same capacity, the charring of barrels, the actual age of the products and everything. All of that is a variation. All of those, notions are not a one-to-one necessarily, but it's just something I think about when I drink 99.1s. So. There's a mustiness on this nose, too, that I'm coming back to. Uh-oh. Pentagon Muckrimmon. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. It's our 70th follow. Inching ourselves one step closer to affiliate status here on Twitch. Appreciate you. Sorry you're in the 10-minute follower window before you can type in the chat, but I hope that when you do, you've got sweet things to say. All right. Second to last pour, and then we're just going to hang out and have a fun time for the rest of the stream. This is the Bullet Barrel Strength 121.8. We're just going to finish this sample. I'm not sure if this is the one that I reviewed somewhat recently. This might be the first time that I diverge from the folks at the IWSC. Non-age stated. Delicate aromas of orange blossom and sweet apricot jam. The palate reveals delightful flavors of honeysuckle and hard caramel, punctuated by white pepper and a hint of green apple. It concludes beautifully with a captivating, smooth, lingering sweetness. The reason that I'm saying that, too, about this is because I had such strong thoughts and feelings about at least one of the more recent bullet barrel strengths, and it did not score particularly well either. But that being said, that doesn't mean that this is the same one. I'm not even saying that the IWSC folks are wrong for scoring it this high. But that's the beauty of different palettes, is it not? I'm just thankful that I got the chance to try any of these. And please continue to allow me to do this in the future. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Never mind. Okay, this certainly doesn't smell like the one that I reviewed. This might be a newer release. It smells like freshly baked bread. That's my immediate note that I'm getting. Aw, did Pentagon Muckroom leave? They followed and then they left, I think. And there's still that one person on Twitch. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. Press that Bullet has gotten is way better than what I've tasted lately. The 10-year bottle and bond that they put out was not good. It was not worthy of being the first release of their own product. What is happening? Where are all these? Thank you all, everybody who's joining the stream right now. Cheers to you all. Like the video if you haven't done so yet. Subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed yet either. The view count is just like surging all of a sudden. But I appreciate you all. And then it's dropping. What is happening? What's going on? Hang on. Something is happening. I apologize. Yeah, it was crazy. Like the views surged and then everybody left. Or it got cut in half. I wonder if YouTube is facing like a bot thing. Because Twitch will have that happen every now and then as well. I don't know. Let me have another sip of this. I mean, it's good. This is definitely not what I reviewed that one time. And it was kind of around this time last year that I Surge. Kind of around this time last year that I reviewed it, because I remember it being a solo episode. And I did not have like good things to say about it. This is definitely improvement over that barrel strength. I mean, it's very like toffee forward. A lot of caramel. It's just kind of like classic bourbon-y. Interestingly enough. Yeah, I like it. I'll be honest, I do like it. But I'm a little, yeah. I'm a little surprised. Mostly that it's as good as it is. To be quite frank. Like, it was such a frustrating experience, that previous bullet barrel strength, that I was hesitant going into this one, thinking I just don't know. So I'm happy to be, I'm happy to be surprised. Joe the Sample Guy with the follow on Twitch. Thank you, dude. We're racking up the follows on Twitch tonight. And if you also want to follow on Twitch, that's an alternate way for you to watch the streams every week. And also, I like to stream my recordings when I do them solo. I might be streaming tomorrow afternoon as well, playing some Switch games. Twitch.tv/mybourbonpod is how you can get to that. Yeah, I appreciate you, brother. I streamed last week, recording this week's episode of the podcast. And then I played some backyard baseball, which was an immense amount of fun. Which has been your favorite? Do you want my honest answer with this? It's between the Star Hill Farm and the single malt. Surprisingly enough, the single malt is like almost inching its way over top the Star Hill Farm. I'm a single malt girly. It happens. You know what I mean? Every now and then, I get in the mood. But I do have one left. This W.P. Foley II Predictum KSBW Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 15-year-old, 112 proof. I'll clean my glass out a little bit. Now, this is... Single malt girlies are my favorite. Happy Pride, everybody. This is easily the one that I was the most excited about. I'm not going to lie. It's a 15-year-old bourbon. It's a 15-year-old Kentucky straight bourbon. You know what? This is probably buff turkey. Dadgummit. I'm just now realizing that this is probably buff turkey. Sleep in the wood for many years, like Julian yeah. Turkalo. It's okay. So the bottle is pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. But there's no indication. I mean, but it is the 15-year-old. I'll never forget you calling one of your first buff turkey a mix of GTS and Russell's 15 to Divine. Dude, can you believe that I did that? That I've completely forgot about that. Also, Kyle, what up, dog? Good to see you. I cannot believe that I called that. Like, that was calling your shot level of just being able to. I cannot believe I nailed that. That's what I'm getting at. Yep, there it is. Buff turkey. Oh. Wait, this guy's saying it's wild turkey? It's not buff turkey distilled and aged in Lawrenceburg, so I'll give it 15-year turkey? There's no way. Is this buff turkey? I haven't personally confirmed it, but another posted a screenshot of a conversation with Rarebird 101, and he said it was. Rarebird walked that back in the same thread? What? I hate admitting that it actually happened. Probably the most legendary moment of all time. Yeah, it was the Sealbox 15, and my tasting note literally was that it tasted like it was a mix of George T. Stagg and Russell's 15. And I had it completely blind. I had no idea that it was the Sealbox 15. And it was literally my first pour of the day. Snagged one as well. Agree with OP's tasting notes. IMO, it's definitely closer to tasting like just turkey. It's nowhere near as viscous and concentrated in flavors as a Russell's 15 or 13, but it is quite tasty. Who's the mega rich douchebag that started this company? This is their whole website. How are we supposed to know who the mega rich douchebag is that founded Predictum? Can somebody please give me some insight into who the mega rich douchebag behind Predictum was? Oh my god. It's reselling for almost, in some places, for close to $600. How do we know it's 75, 13, 12? Crafted by Las Vegas. crafted by Las Vegas Golden Knights owner Bill Foley. Dog, he's the owner of a hockey team. Chill. Oh my God. Come on, dude. Just chill. Relax. It's okay. There are worse mega rich douchebags in the world. Anyway. I have this feeling like it's buff turkey. We'll get to it in a second. Daddy, chill. I love a creative NDP. Yeah, it's so funny. A deep, rich aroma of fudge and roasted hazelnuts greets you, intertwined with hints of beeswax and brown butter. The robust palate bursts. That was fun to say. Robust palate bursts with juicy peach and raspberry softly mellowing into a peppery, oak-driven finish that lingers beautifully. What the heck? If this is buff turkey, it is the least buff turkey smelling buff turkey I've ever buff turkey smelled. Buff turkey. Mind your beeswax. Hey, Papa Ritter. Is it more buff or more turkey? It is very hard to tell. But I think slightly more turkey. So it could just actually be wild turkey. But it's crazy. It is crazy to think. I'm getting so off topic with like actually talking about the IWSC at this point, but if this was directly sourced from wild turkey and then blended, if that's the case, it's crazy to consider that these guys sourced that many barrels to where they could blend their own 15-year product. And again, why would they let 15-year-old barrels go? It doesn't make sense to me. Like, this goes back to what Bruce was saying when people were talking about the more or less lemon and black tea. Those are my two turkey notes that stay consistent through their brands. It is very lemony and very black tea. If this is 15-year-old wild turkey from Wild Turkey, I will be shocked. I will genuinely be shocked. I have to do something. I bet Bruce will tell you the truth after a couple. I'm sure he would. If he would ever come on the friggin' podcast. Didn't Bruce say baby will be born to run? Dad, I have to show you. I'm going to pull this up after I get done with this. Somebody made an edit of the Bruce Springsteen trailer that had me crying laughing. Bruce is too modest. Drag Ryan in and he will do it. That's fair. I think that's the wrong Bruce. I think this might actually be Wild Turkey. Spruce Spring. Uh-huh. Yeah, I believe you. I believe you, Kyle. There's no chance that I don't believe you. I think this is turkey. Yo, what's up with people, like, following on Twitch and watching on Twitch and just straight up not chatting? If you're watching on Twitch, say something. Say what up. I see there's two of you. I see you. I know you're here. Twitchers. I've said his name that way before. That's how Lucy says his name. Spruce Spring. I'm sober. They're twitching? Yeah. Cliffy's also doing turkey tonight? Okay, so what I did... what I did was I poured from a bottle that I know for a fact is sourced wild turkey. I think my Twitchers just left. Nope, they're still there. What are you doing? That I know for a fact is sourced wild turkey. Like, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, is sourced wild turkey. And it's just younger than this 15-year Predictum. And I think that this is actually 15-year wild turkey. I think it's got to be. Also, by the way, it is straight gasoline. Like, it is fire. It is an incredible pour. Yeah, that's nuts. Straight up, just a bonkers fantastic pour. Let me be clear. Hold on. I'm pulling up this I'm pulling up the Springsteen edit. Keep it away from the furnace. I will. I can't stop thinking about this Springsteen trailer, so I need to play it. Okay, so this is an edit of the trailer for the Bruce Springsteen movie that's coming out this fall.
It's a 305 V8.
I never owned a new car before.
Well, you're not just born to run, you're born to drive. Merry Christmas, Bruce.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, boss, can you do a mic check?
He's gotta find out who's naughty or nice. Do-do-do-do-do. How's that sound?
Like Christmas?
No. Sounds like Santa Claus. Let's try one.
Here's what I want you to understand. This is not about either one of us. This is not about the charts. This is about Santa Claus. And Santa is who Bruce Springsteen wants to sing about right now. Let me tell you a little story. When Bruce was little, his father told him Santa Claus was dead. He said his sleigh had collided with an airplane over Teterboro Airport. It's an airport in New Jersey. His father said Santa was deader than Freehold, which was not a very happening town back then.
It's just insane, man. Also,
Bruce.
I am not convinced on Jeremy Allen White as Bruce Springsteen just yet. I know that this is an edit of this ad, or excuse me, of this trailer, but I don't know.
Is a necromancer. And what he's doing with this cover version is he's bringing Santa back from the dead. He's bringing Santa back for himself, and once he's done that, he's going to bring Santa back to New Jersey, and then America, and then the entire world.
He sees you when you're sleeping.
So be good, for goodness sake.
Anyway, I was crying laughing when I saw that edit. I was absolutely I thought I was gonna pee my pants. I was laughing so hard. It just spring. Just it just killed me. It's a mess. I mean, it's a ridiculous edit of the trailer. I've not watched the actual trailer. I'm not gonna watch it because I've already taken too much time away from, bourbon stuff. But that edit is unbelievable. To even come up with the idea that Bruce is trying to bring Santa back from the dead, it just kills me, man. Fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff. Nebraska is my favorite Springsteen LP, and if you have to sit through that, I'll pass. Anyway. Closing thoughts on the IWSC results this year. I think this was a really strong showing overall. I can't get over this predictum, man. I really am just blown away by a 15-year cast strength bourbon. And they don't do like a best in show or, or anything like that. But it kind of feels like, to me, that would have been a great product to put in the best of category, I suppose. Cool enough. IWSC is a pay-to-play comp, but it's cool. I mean, every competition is pay-to-play. You know what I mean? Like, every competition is going to be you pay to enter your products. This review is saying that it's turkey. Oh, but there's a rare bird comment saying it's not. Dog, I don't know. It's so hard to tell. Greetings from West Michigan, eating some fresh Michigan strawberry shortcake and going to do a pour over with turkey 8-year for the mutant. Aw. May he rest in peace. Ryan, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing fantastic. I don't know. This is my big, we got to find out. David Jennings is the all-knowing eye. He does know a lot about turkey. He's still here in spirit. That is true. He's back. He's back here. He's here. See? He's back there. He's creeping. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're... I see him. Yeah. He sees you too. He feels you. I am genuinely surprised though that I loved this this single malt as much as I did. I'm glad I saved a little bit of it too. I look forward to going back to it sometime in the future. The only thing I didn't save a sample of was the bullet. There's a teeny tiny little, drop of it left. But everything else, I mean, I saved some of. Just a very cool showing. Kyle, I'm not going to say that out loud. My dad's in the chat. But that is nice. That is nice of you. He would appreciate it. He would definitely, he's looking up at you, thanking you. He appreciates your support, even where he is now. What does that even mean? Eric would appreciate that. Did you guys see how big of a fan Chad Park is of Grenadine asking for a friend? I must have missed that. Was that on a recent It's Bourbon Night video? I'm a little behind on It's Bourbon Night videos, I'll be honest with you. Have I had the Pendleton 1910 10-year bourbon? No, I have not. I would like to, though. It sounds awesome. I'm the worst. I'm sorry. It's okay, because you're 100% sober. You haven't had anything to drink yet tonight. I've been tearing through my bottle. Pendleton 1910 10-year bourbon. Ooh, that's a pretty bottle. Well, dadgummit, shipping's not even available in my state. 90 proof. Aged for a decade in white American oak barrels, Pendleton 1910 bourbon offers a robust and complex flavor profile. Notes of caramel, vanilla, and rye spice dance on the palate, leading to a lingering finish that's as satisfying as it is memorable. It's not just poured, it's earned. It's a beautiful friggin' bottle, though. Come here. Come here. Come here. Not even a single pour. Sure. Cowboy Gold Rush. What is a Cowboy Gold Rush? Dog, just call it a Gold Rush, man. Wait, what's the price on this? $50? That's it? Dude, that is a great price. Okay, what's the difference between a Gold Rush and a cow? I'm going to lose my mind. That's literally just a Gold Rush. Stop. Who we fighting tonight? Seal Box or Bourbon Outfitters. Worst part is I love both of them so much. I don't know. I mean, I know the T on one. I don't know if there's T on the other. But I can't say. $50 on the drink. Oh yeah. I honestly, it's a pretty good price for this bottle. If they have it in store, I might grab a bottle and try to do a review sometime soon. I paid either $45 or $35 at Benny's. I just remembered it was on sale. Oh, nice. Emily, are you still in chat? I need to get that that Jefferson's cast strength sometime. Not like right this second, but sometime soon. Yeez. $2.15 for the 20-year whiskey. The 12-year rye is very affordable, too. Hello, vacation. I'm so ready for vacation. I just need a break. I don't know if I've ever actually had anything Pendleton. I should have grabbed that Jefferson's cast strength 75 for that is a great deal. I haven't seen it. Excuse me. What is Whiskey Midnight? Inspired by the conversations and occasions held at sundown, we believe Midnight lives up to its name. A portion of the blend is aged in American brandy. Oh, okay. So it's just a different blend. Weird. Oh, you're coming to Kentucky Labor Day weekend? Tony, bag of donuts. Cannot wait to see you. Can we just look at the whiskey that they have? And it still gives me some merch. That's crazy. What isn't Whiskey Midnight? Good point. Oh, what I was going to say, Kyle, is I had... what's going on here? I had seen on, like, the Liquor Barn app that it was at Liquor Barn. And so I went to, like, 2 different locations trying to get it, and both places didn't have it, even though it said it was there. So, yeah, I need to go. I need a bottle real bad. Anyway. That's been 2 hours, folks. And there are other people who are also streaming, and I want to give you all the chance to go and watch them too. Thank you so much to the folks at the International Wine and Spirits Competition for allowing me the chance to try their gold outstanding products, because they were so much fun to try. I enjoyed it very much. It's been a fun evening. I'll be back next week. Happy Juneteenth again. And, yes. Respectful P-Bear. Again, I know you are sober, Kyle. I never doubted you for a second. I'll see you next week. And then I think the week after that is July 3rd. And we'll be doing an Independence stream. I guess. I don't know. We're only going to drink America's native spirit for our stream of independence. How's that sound? In 2 weeks. Y'all know how it goes. See you next time. Love y'all. Cheers. Thanks for a great evening. Fireworks in the basement. Yes, absolutely. What a wonderful idea this is. Have a good night. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Stay safe. All that good stuff. I'm Perry. This is Tim Bib Live. See you next time. Bye!